Welcome to BankCard Pro CRM account tracking software. In this training session, I'm going to teach you how to fill out an online application. On the home page, you're going to enter your username and your password. You agree to the terms of service. You're going to log in. And when you log in, you're going to get to the home page. So basically what happens, the way the procedures for filling out the online application and how the process works is if you have sales reps nationwide selling merchant accounts, they go visit the merchant, they get all the paperwork filled out, they get the merchant to sign where all the signatures are located on the paperwork, they get a voided check, they also get processing statements, financial statements, or any type of advertising, whatever is required by the ISO or the bank or processor. They basically get all that paperwork all filled out, completed, and they go back to their office or their home office. They get on their computer and they basically log into the software. And when they log in, they're going to get to the home page, and the button they're going to use the most is right here where it says Internal App. So your sales reps are going to click on Internal App, and it's going to take you to the first page, step 1, the Getting Started page, to submit this account into the system so that your company at your corporate office can be able to receive the paperwork, receive the app, do the underwriting, review everything, and be able to provide status reports on a daily basis to your sales reps, just informing them what the status is of this account. So for demo purposes, what we're going to do is we're going to, in the drop-down menu for the sales rep, we're going to choose user Britney Spears, and for the app that we're going to fill out is the MCPS, Woodforest National Bank, application type new application. We're going to scroll down and you're going to automatically see all the users involved in the customer sales process for this application and for this sales rep. So basically it's going to tell you the user Britney Spears is getting 45% residuals, and it'll also notify you who the sales manager is, who the sales office user is, and the system admin, which is going to get the remaining percentage after the 3 users above them are added up as 65% for all 3 users, and the remaining goes to the system admin. So if you scroll down, you can be able to calculate existing merchant average monthly processing volume. If you pay a bonus based on processing volume, you can choose, let's say, 3 statements and choose whatever amount, and basically it'll average up for you 39,000. And if you save this, the next page or the next section will show a summary of the processing volume bonus commission. So basically $400 is going to be divided among the 3 users. The next section is you can share the setup fee among the sales rep and the sales manager and the sales office user. So if you collect $200 setup fee, what you could do is choose to share this among the 3 users, and it'll automatically calculate that. Let's say there's an upfront bonus sharing that you want to share. So we'll do $200, and you can also choose to share that with the sales manager and sales office user as well. So we're going to share 50% to Brittany, 25% to Donald, and 25% to Bruce Springsteen. We're going to proceed to step 2, and basically we're looking at information, general information about the merchant. I'm using RoboForm just to autofill all the fields. That way you don't have to watch me fill out all the fields. And we're all done. We're going to proceed to step 3. Here you're going to see trade references, bank information, owner, officer information. So I'm going to autofill all this information and proceed to step 4. Step 4 is basically site survey information, so you can be able to fill out all these fields and then proceed to step 5. On step 5 is the rates and fees, that you quoted the merchant, and you're able to customize all these rates and fees fields however you want to do it that matches the same fields as your merchant application paperwork. I'm just going to put anything in here. Average ticket, highest ticket amount, monthly bank card volume, annual sales volume. You just put anything in there that you want. We're done with this page and proceed to step 6. Step 6 is actually the page where you input what equipment you sold, how you sold it, and other bonuses. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we sold the just any terminal Nerite 8320, and we're going to say we leased it, and you're going to click on add. When you click on add, you're going to see that the equipment was added in this step 2 to where you can view your equipment software and pay option selections below. So you're going to see the equipment is here and it was leased, and what we're going to do is add more equipment. We sold a pen pad and we leased that as well. Next we're going to add, you'll see that the second option is here. So the next we're going to say we sold a printer and we leased that as well. Now we're going to say we leased a check reader and we leased that as well. I'm going to click on add. Now let's say they purchased another terminal, but they wanted to pay with credit card for this and not lease it. So they wanted $20.85, and let's say purchase, and we're going to click on add. And here you can see that the purchase $269. So when you scroll down, we're going to choose leasing, CIT lease finance. We're going to say we leased all this for $199.95, and we're going to say we lease it for 48 months with a P score. And what the system will do is it'll automatically calculate how much lease funding this sales rep is going to get, which is $3,763. And then when you scroll down, you're going to see the lease calculation summary, so it'll show you details of how it came up with that calculation. Now what we're going to do is scroll down, and there's a total of $3,700 lease funding, and what we're going to do is we're going to share this lease funding with the sales manager and the sales office user, if that's what you choose. Or you could just give the lease funding all to the sales rep. So what we're going to do is we're going to give 80% to the sales rep, then we're going to give 10% to Donald and 10% to Bruce. Now what we're going to do is scroll down, and you see the equipment cost is $269, and we're going to say 50% is going to be Brittany's responsibility, 25 is going to be the sales manager Donald and the sales office Bruce, and we're going to do 25, and we're going to save these changes. One thing I forgot to do is for the purchase, the cost of the equipment is $269, but what we did is we sold it to the merchant, or the sales rep sold it to the merchant for $650, and we click on Save Changes, and you're going to see that it saved it as $650. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to add an app fee that we charged, if you want to do this, app rush fee, if that is Discover app fee. So you can add any other charges you want, reprogram fee, and then basically it'll add the subtotal, and you can either add or not add sales tax to this invoice. Now we did lease $199.95. Some lease companies do require first and last, so what we're going to do is we're going to do first and last and deduct from funding and add that, and it'll actually add it to the invoice. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to save it. If you proceed to step 7, it'll save the changes and then go to step 7. So now we're at step 7, which is the final step. We're going to add starter supplies that the merchant wants to receive, and we're going to add a welcome kit. Now you can customize this and add whatever you want into this drop down menu, so you're able to customize what options are available. So basically we added that, and then we're going to choose a shipping provider. We want this shipped UPS, second day error, and it'll automatically do the shipping cost. If you know what the shipping cost is going to be ahead of time, you can just add $54, and we want to ship to the customer or to the sales rep. So we'll choose to the customer. Who's going to install it? The sales rep will. Who's going to train? The sales rep will. And who's going to verify it? The sales rep will. Special instructions. Please rush to receive on. So you can add any notes that you want here. Now what we're going to do is submit this application. It's going to say your merchant application was successfully submitted and will be reviewed by the underwriting department. You will be redirected to the status section to review all your pending merchant application. So when you click on OK, you're going to notice that we're now on the gray menu bar, we're now in the status section. So if you click on status and you go to look at application status in progress, you'll see the application that we just submitted is the first one, located right here on Creative Vision Studio, customer number 1895. So to view the details and the invoice, and then to upload paperwork, which with the original signatures to this account, you just click anywhere on the gray row, and it will actually take you to the details page of this account. It'll actually tell you the current status, anything pending. It'll tell you the customer name, phone number, and address, the owner's name, the contact name and email address, and also the sales rep's name, the sales rep's phone number, and the sales rep's email address. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the invoice that was generated from this application that you submitted. It'll tell you that Bruce Springsteen is also getting paid for certain items from this invoice, and also Donald Trump, who's the sales manager, is getting paid certain items. Then when you scroll down, it'll show you a summary for the user Brittany, and it'll tell you exactly what we're paying Brittany as upfront bonuses and commissions and lease funding for this account when it's approved. So it's going to show volume bonus of $260. The equipment lease funding is $3,000. Then lease bonus is $1,250. Equipment sales, this user's getting $200 off the equipment sales because she sold it for actually $650 minus the cost of the equipment. Then you're paying 55% of that, and that adds up to $209. Then there's an app fee, $200, app brush fee, and so on. So basically $5,000 is going to this user. Then we deduct all the cost of equipment, the starter supplies, the shipping cost, and other, and it'll come up with a total of $4,000 that's going to go to the sales rep on this invoice. That concludes this training session.